and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Natasha Kirchuk here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. This morning began with clashes in the West Bank as hundreds of Jewish worshippers visited a pilgrimage site in Nablus. Local Palestinian rioters began to throw rocks and Molotov cocktails at IDF troops guarding the religious group as they prayed at the Joseph's tomb. The holy site is a regular flashpoint for clashes between Palestinians and the IDF. The Israeli soldiers were protecting about 700 worshippers when they came under attack, but luckily none of the troops were hurt. Meanwhile, the IDF says it's investigating the behavior of certain soldiers during the arrest of a Palestinian in Hebron. Pictures in the media showed troops manhandling the unarmed Palestinian by kicking and hitting him on the head. In an initial probe, the army found that the man had refused inspection by the soldiers, but the conduct of the troops is still being investigated. This past week, the IDF has boosted its presence in the West Bank following a surge in terror attacks. Iran is threatening to destroy Israel once again, only this time during a showing of the country's new missiles, warplanes, and tanks. The Islamic Republic used the 36th anniversary of the beginning of the Iran-Iraq War to parade 16 ballistic missiles through Tehran, in a display of growing military strength. A new missile called Zulfagar with multiple warheads was also on show, with a direct threat against Israel written on its side. The threatening message says, quote, "If the leaders of the Zionist regime make one false move, the Islamic Republic will destroy Tel Aviv and Haifa." The Zulfagar missile apparently has a range of about 466 miles. It looks like the Arab members of the United Nations International Atomic Energy Agency will be giving a break to Israel, because for the first time in 3 years they will not be pressuring the Jewish state into nuclear transparency. Almost every year, the Arab League tries to push Israel into revealing more information about its nuclear capabilities through UN resolutions, but each year the efforts fail. Now it looks like the Arab League isn't exactly giving up, but will be revising their strategy to yield better results, meaning this year no resolution against Israel will be submitted at the IAEA's General Conference. Israel maintains a policy of nuclear ambiguity and refuses to either confirm or deny its ownership of an atomic arsenal. On Thursday, the former U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell reported that Israel possesses around 200 nuclear weapons, in an email that was allegedly leaked by Russian hackers. The Israeli communities living close to the Gaza Strip have been enjoying the calmest time in years, but a senior IDF general says that quiet may prove deadly because Hamas is using the relative calm to rebuild forces for a new confrontation. General Eyal Samir is the head of the Israeli Army's Southern Command, and he says that if attacked, Israel will not initiate a full war, but instead retaliate with full force. Israel's last war against Hamas took place in the summer of 2014 and lasted for 50 days. But since then, a shaky ceasefire has been put in place that is sporadically broken by rocket attacks. Israel has made it its mission to thwart Hamas's attempts to rebuild its rocket arsenal and network of underground tunnels since the war. That's all for now. I'm Natasha Kirchuk, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.